Hey everyone, welcome back to SwitchTop. I'm here to share the most addictive games you can play on Nintendo Switch and the upcoming Switch 2. These are games that will keep you playing for hours without even realizing it. Trust me, I've lost way too much sleep because of these titles. Let's jump right into our countdown. Brotato is a top-down arena shooter where you play as a potato with guns, trying to survive wave after wave of alien enemies. The story is simple. You're a potato who crash-landed on an alien planet and need to fight off creatures for 20 waves until rescue arrive. The gameplay loop is incredibly addictive because every 10 seconds, you're making choices about new weapons and upgrades. You can dual-wield anything from pistols to flamethrowers, and each run feels different because of the random weapon drops and stat upgrades. The matches are short, usually 20 to 30 minutes, but the variety in builds keeps you coming back. You might start with a few basic guns and end up as a potato covered in spinning weapons, shooting in all directions. The pixel art style is charming and the difficulty ramps up perfectly, making you feel like you're always one upgrade away from becoming unstoppable. It's the perfect just one more run game. No Man's Sky Switch 2 Edition, a game that perfectly showcases the console's power and portability. Built around endless exploration, it throws players into a boundless universe filled with billions of procedurally generated planets, each with its own ecosystems, alien species, and mysteries to uncover. What makes this edition especially compelling is how seamlessly it runs on the Switch 2, with crisp visuals, smoother frame rates, and much faster loading, making every journey from the surface of a planet to the depths of space feel fluid and immersive. The newly integrated Beacon update expands gameplay even further, letting players build and manage multiple settlements, engage in larger-scale space battles with AI wingmen, and experiment with deeper city-building mechanics. Combined with intuitive features like touchscreen support, gyro aiming, and full multiplayer integration, No Man's Sky on Switch 2 feels limitless, an adventure that constantly rewards curiosity, exploration, and creativity, keeping players hooked for countless hours. Kunitsu-Gami blends tower defense with action combat in a unique Japanese folklore setting. You play as So, a masked warrior protecting a shrine maiden named Yoshiro as she purifies a mountain consumed by demons called the Seeth. During the day, you position villagers in defensive roles like archer, spearman, or woodcutter, then at night you fight alongside them against demon waves. The gameplay cycle of preparing during daylight and fighting at dusk creates a perfect rhythm that keeps you engaged. Each level introduces new villager types and demon enemies, forcing you to adapt your strategies. The art style draws from traditional Japanese culture with beautiful environments and creature designs. What hooks you is how every decision matters, where you place defenders, which villagers to recruit, and when to jump into combat yourself. The progression system lets you upgrade So's abilities and unlock new defensive options for your villagers. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the biggest fighting game ever made, featuring over 80 characters from Nintendo's history and beyond. The core premise is simple: knock your opponents off the stage using various attacks and items. But the depth comes from each character's unique moveset and the countless game modes available. World of Light mode serves as the single-player story, where you rescue fighters turned into spirits by an evil entity. The controls are designed so anyone can play, but mastering each character's combos and techniques takes serious dedication. What makes this endlessly addictive is the variety. You can play quick battles with friends, tackle challenging spirit battles that modify the rules, or spend hours in training mode perfecting your combos. The roster includes everyone from Mario and Pikachu to more obscure characters like Terry Bogard and Byleth. Each fighter feels completely different to play, so even after hundreds of hours, switching to a new character feels fresh. Fast Fusion is a high-speed racing game that combines traditional circuit racing with explosive combat elements. You pilot futuristic vehicles through neon-lit tracks while using weapons and boosts to gain advantages over opponents. The story involves underground racing leagues where drivers compete for fame and fortune in increasingly dangerous tournaments. The racing mechanics focus on momentum and perfect timing. You'll chain boosts, drift around corners, and use the track's geometry to maintain top speeds. Combat adds another layer as you can fire weapons at opponents, deploy defensive shields, and collect power-ups scattered around each track. The progression system rewards both racing skill and combat effectiveness, unlocking new vehicles, weapons, and customization options. Each race feels intense because positions constantly change as players battle for the lead. The track designs encourage multiple racing lines and strategic weapon use, so learning the optimal routes takes time. Donkey Kong Bananza, a bold reimagining of the classic series that blends chaotic creativity with old-school platforming charm. In this adventure, Donkey Kong teams up with Pauline to recover stolen banana-shaped diamonds, diving into massive underground environments that can be smashed, carved, and reshaped in real time. Thanks to the Switch 2's power, the voxel-based terrain adds a new level of interactivity. Every wall, tunnel, and obstacle can be destroyed to reveal secrets or create new paths, keeping each play session fresh and unpredictable. Pauline's unique musical powers transform Donkey Kong into powerful animal forms like a zebra for speed or an ostrich for agility, layering puzzle solving with exciting new mechanics. The combination of dynamic destruction, clever transformations, and classic Donkey Kong personality makes Bananza a game that constantly rewards experimentation and exploration, drawing players back in for just one more run time and time again. Hollow Knight is a dark fantasy Metroidvania where you play as a mysterious knight exploring the ruined underground kingdom of Hollow Nest. The story reveals itself gradually as you discover the tragic history of a civilization destroyed by an ancient infection that turned its inhabitants into mindless husks. You start with basic abilities, jumping and attacking with your nail, sword, but gradually unlock new powers like dash, wall jump, and various spells that open up previously inaccessible areas. The combat is challenging and precise, requiring you to learn enemy patterns and time your attacks carefully. What makes this incredibly addictive is the sense of discovery and progression. Every new ability makes you wonder what areas you can now explore, and the map gradually fills in as you venture deeper into the underground world. The game doesn't hold your hand. You'll often find yourself in areas that seem impossible until you gain the right ability. The boss battles are intense and memorable, each requiring different strategies to defeat. The art style is beautiful and haunting, perfectly capturing the melancholy atmosphere of a fallen kingdom. Xenoblade Chronicles X takes place on the alien planet Mira, where humanity has crash-landed after Earth's destruction. You create a custom character who joins Blade, an organization working to establish New Los Angeles and find the missing Lifehold core that contains humanity's genetic data. The gameplay combines massive exploration with deep RPG mechanics and strategic combat. You'll traverse enormous alien landscapes on foot and eventually in giant mechs called skells that can transform between robot and vehicle modes. The combat system uses auto attacks combined with special arts abilities that you activate manually, creating a rhythm of positioning and timing. Character progression involves multiple systems, classes that determine your available weapons and arts, as well as augments and equipment that customize your playstyle. The world of Mira is absolutely massive, with 5 distinct continents filled with dangerous creatures, hidden treasures, and optional content that can easily consume hundreds of hours.
Open fire! Follow me!
Target in sight! Shadow strike!
Assault hammer!
Nice! Move in and do some damage!
Flame grenade!
Almost there.
Hogwarts Legacy, which feels more magical than ever thanks to the system's power. Set in the 19th century wizarding world, the game lets players step into the role of their own witch or wizard, exploring Hogwarts, Hogsmeade, and the Forbidden Forest in a seamless open-world experience with no intrusive loading screens. On the Switch 2, everything feels smoother and richer. Crisp visuals, dynamic lighting, and denser environments make every corner of the castle and its surrounding lands feel alive. The improved performance enhances spellcasting, dueling, potion brewing, and broomstick flying, ensuring each action feels fluid and immersive. New system features like motion inputs and touchscreen menus add extra depth, making combat and exploration more intuitive than ever. Whether unraveling ancient secrets, choosing your house, or forging alliances, the sense of freedom and discovery keeps players endlessly engaged, turning Hogwarts Legacy into a captivating journey that's hard to put down.
Forever.
Would you like me to put you down? Have that bit. Damn you! Let me out.
Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster brings back two of the greatest JRPGs ever made with modern enhancements. The first game follows a young Imperial soldier who becomes a rebel leader fighting against a corrupt empire, while the second game tells the story of a mercenary caught in a war between city-states. Both games center around the 108 Stars of Destiny, unique characters you recruit to join your cause, each with their own backgrounds and abilities. The combat system features traditional turn-based battles for regular encounters and massive army battles for large-scale conflicts. The political storytelling is mature and complex, dealing with themes of war, betrayal, and the cost of leadership, without simple good versus evil morality. What makes these games incredibly addictive is the recruitment system. Finding and convincing all 108 characters to join your cause becomes an obsession. Each character has specific requirements or story beats to recruit them, encouraging multiple playthroughs to discover everyone. The games feature multiple endings based on your choices and recruitment success, giving real weight to your decisions. Mario Kart World, a thrilling evolution of the classic kart racing formula. Set across a vast, seamless, globe-spanning map, it takes players through lush forests, neon cities, snowy mountains, and erupting volcanoes, all without loading screens, making every race feel fast-paced and continuous. The game rewards skillful driving, whether mastering wall rides, rail grinds, or daring shortcuts, while its signature items and power-ups keep every match unpredictable and exciting. Modes like the high-stakes Knockout Tour, where up to 24 racers compete in elimination-style races, push players to constantly improve, while free roam encourages exploration and hidden challenges with friends. Enhanced graphics, dynamic weather, and smooth frame rates bring the world to life, and online multiplayer adds endless replayability. With its perfect blend of precision, strategy, and chaos, Mario Kart World hooks players race after race, delivering a fast, exhilarating, and endlessly entertaining experience that's hard to put down.
A brand new entry in the Mario Kart series is launching exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Welcome to this vast world. Kart races are held throughout various regions that span the globe.
Dead Cells is a roguelike Metroidvania where you play as an immortal prisoner fighting through a constantly changing island prison. You start each run with basic equipment and work your way through procedurally generated levels, collecting cells from enemies to purchase permanent upgrades and new weapons. The combat is fast and fluid, emphasizing dodging, parrying, and chaining attacks together for maximum damage. Every death sends you back to the beginning, but you keep the permanent upgrades you've unlocked, making each run slightly easier than the last. The weapon variety is incredible, with over 100 different tools ranging from classic swords to bizarre items like a frying pan that shoots grease. The story unfolds through environmental storytelling and cryptic lore as you piece together what happened to the island and its inhabitants. The difficulty scales perfectly. Early runs teach you the basics, while later stages demand mastery of all your skills. Boss battles require learning attack patterns and precise timing to survive. The progression system hooks you with the promise that your next run might be the one where everything clicks together perfectly. Day Dave the Diver combines deep-sea exploration with restaurant management in an addictive gameplay loop that keeps switching between relaxing diving and frantic cooking. During the day, you dive into the blue hole to catch fish and discover underwater mysteries, while at night you help run a sushi restaurant using the ingredients you've gathered. The diving mechanics are simple but engaging. You swim around with limited oxygen, catching fish with a harpoon gun and avoiding dangerous sea creatures. Each dive feels different because the fish spawn randomly and you're always finding new species to catch or archaeological artifacts to collect. The restaurant portion has you serving customers quickly and efficiently, earning money to upgrade your diving equipment and restaurant facilities. The story gradually reveals the mysteries of the blue hole through encounters with ancient civilizations and strange phenomena deep underwater. Character progression involves upgrading your diving suit for deeper exploration, unlocking new fishing tools, and expanding your restaurant menu with exotic dishes. Street Fighter 6 Years 1 through 2 Fighters Edition, a definitive package for both longtime fans and newcomers. This edition brings together all 26 characters, including iconic fighters from the base roster and the Year 1 and Year 2 character passes like Rashid, Ed, Akuma, and the fan favorite Elena, offering endless combinations for competitive battles. Its 20 dynamic stages and unique party modes such as Gyro Battle and Calorie Contest leverage the Switch 2's Joy-Con motion controls, adding an extra layer of fun and accessibility. The game runs smoothly at 60 FPS during most matches, with crisp visuals and full crossplay support, ensuring fluid, responsive combat online and offline. Whether mastering combos, exploring new mechanics, or engaging in intense multiplayer tournaments, players are drawn back repeatedly, making each session thrilling and immersive. Street Fighter 6 on Switch 2 perfectly balances depth, accessibility, and replayability, keeping players hooked for countless rounds. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, a gripping prequel that immerses players in the neon-lit streets of 1980s Tokyo and Osaka. You step into the shoes of Kazuma Kiryu and Goro Majima, each with 3 distinct fighting styles, navigating the perilous world of the Yakuza while unraveling a story of ambition, betrayal, and redemption. This edition enriches the narrative with over 26 minutes of new cutscenes, deepening character development and drawing players further into the plot. The addition of the cooperative Red Light Raid multiplayer mode allows up to 4 players to team up and face waves of enemies, adding a dynamic social element to the intense combat. Running smoothly at 1080p and 60 FPS on the Switch 2, the game delivers fluid, responsive gameplay. With its blend of compelling story, diverse combat, and engaging side activities, Yakuza Director's Cut is endlessly replayable, keeping players hooked for hours of exploration and action. Vampire Survivors strips gameplay down to its essential elements. You automatically attack while moving to avoid thousands of enemies on screen. Your character walks around automatically firing weapons while you focus entirely on positioning and choosing upgrades every few minutes when you level up. The magic happens in the upgrade system where simple weapons can evolve into screen-clearing monsters of destruction when you meet specific conditions. You might start with a basic whip that becomes a massive vine that covers the entire screen, or combine a cross with upgraded recovery to create a boomerang that heals you. Each run lasts exactly 30 minutes, with increasingly difficult enemy waves, creating perfect bite-sized sessions that you can easily fit into any schedule. The game has dozens of characters with different starting stats and weapon affinities, plus secret unlockables that require specific achievements to discover. New stages introduce environmental hazards and different enemy types that force you to adjust your strategies. Animal Crossing New Horizons gives you a deserted island to transform into your dream paradise at your own pace. Tom Nook provides the basic framework by giving you tasks to attract new villagers and build essential facilities, but most of your time is spent decorating, collecting, and socializing with anthropomorphic animal neighbors. The real-time clock means the game continues even when you're not playing, flowers grow, villagers move around, and seasonal events happen based on your system's actual calendar. Daily activities include fishing, bug catching, fossil hunting, and shopping for new furniture and clothing items. The crafting system lets you create tools, furniture, and decorations using materials found around the island or purchased from stores. What hooks you is the constant stream of small goals. Maybe you're saving up bells for a bridge, waiting for a specific fish to spawn, or redesigning your house's interior. The social aspects keep you engaged through visiting other players' islands online and seeing how they've customized their spaces. Pikmin 4 perfects the series' unique blend of real-time strategy and exploration, as you command armies of plant-like creatures to solve puzzles and overcome obstacles. You play as a rescue team member searching for castaways on an alien planet, using different types of Pikmin with special abilities to navigate the environment and collect treasures. Red Pikmin are immune to fire, blue Pikmin can survive underwater, and yellow Pikmin conduct electricity, forcing you to think strategically about which types to bring on each expedition. The addition of Ochi, your space dog companion, transforms the gameplay by allowing you to ride him, swim across water, and carry more Pikmin than ever before. Each area presents a puzzle where you must figure out how to use your limited Pikmin effectively. Maybe you need to build bridges, defeat enemies, or transport heavy objects back to your base. The time management element creates constant tension as you balance exploration with the safety of your Pikmin squad before nightfall. Night expeditions add a thrilling horror element where you defend Lumen Knots from enemy attacks using minimal Pikmin in dark, dangerous conditions. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze delivers some of the best 2D platforming ever created with incredibly tight controls and creative level design. The story begins when the Snowmads, a group of Arctic invaders, freeze Donkey Kong Island and blast the Kong family to other islands, forcing you to work your way back home through 6 diverse worlds. Each world has a distinct theme with unique mechanics. You might be swinging on vines in a jungle, sliding down icy slopes, or timing jumps to musical beats in factory levels. The platforming mechanics are perfect, with DK able to roll, jump, grab, and pound the ground, while partner characters like Diddy, Dixie, and Cranky Kong add their own special abilities like helicopter spins and cane bouncing. Every level is packed with secrets, including Kong letters, puzzle pieces, and hidden areas that require multiple playthroughs to discover everything. The difficulty curve is expertly crafted. Early levels teach you mechanics, while later stages demand mastery of every technique you've learned. Boss battles are highlights, with creative patterns that require observation and timing to defeat. Splatoon 3 perfects Nintendo's unique take on competitive shooting by replacing bullets with colorful ink and territorial battles that anyone can enjoy. The core gameplay revolves around covering the ground with your team's ink color rather than just eliminating opponents, creating a completely different strategic approach to multiplayer shooters. You can transform into a squid to swim quickly through your own ink, hide from enemies, and refill your ammunition, making map control more important than pure shooting skills. The weapon variety is incredible, with traditional shooters, paint rollers, brushes, and even bow-like stringers, each requiring different playstyles and strategies. The single-player hero mode campaign teaches you advanced techniques while unfolding a story about the Squid Sisters and DJ Octavio's latest scheme. Regular Splatfest events divide the community into teams based on fun questions like what would you bring to a deserted island, creating global competitions with special rewards. Salmon Run co-op mode pits you and 3 teammates against waves of dangerous salmonids, requiring teamwork and communication to survive increasingly difficult encounters.
Hades puts you in the role of Zagreus, the immortal son of Hades who's trying to escape the underworld to find his missing mother. Every time you die, you wake up back in the House of Hades where you can talk to other gods and mythological characters, slowly uncovering family secrets and building relationships. The combat is fast-paced action where you use various weapons like swords, spears, and guns, each with completely different playstyles. During each escape attempt, you'll receive boons from Olympian gods that modify your abilities. Zeus might add lightning damage to your attacks, while Poseidon offers powerful knockback effects. The combinations create endless build possibilities that keep every run feeling fresh. You'll also collect darkness and other resources to permanently upgrade your abilities, making you stronger with each death. The voice acting is incredible, with thousands of lines of dialogue that rarely repeat, making the characters feel alive and reactive to your progress. Boss battles require learning attack patterns and adapting your strategy based on which boons you've collected.
Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma takes the farming simulation and dungeon exploration formula to feudal Japan with enhanced Switch 2 visuals and performance. You play as a guardian tasked with protecting the land of Azuma from monsters while building relationships with villagers and managing your own farm. The gameplay seamlessly blends farming, crafting, combat, and social simulation. You might spend your morning watering crops, afternoon fighting monsters in dungeons, and evening chatting with potential romantic partners. Combat uses both weapons and magic spells with a stamina system that encourages balancing fighting with other activities. The farming mechanics are deep, with seasonal crops, livestock care, and crafting systems that let you create everything from weapons to furniture. Each villager has their own personality, schedule, and storyline that unfolds through daily interactions and gift giving. The main story involves investigating strange phenomena affecting the land while uncovering the history of your guardian powers. Dungeons are procedurally generated with different themes and monster types, providing endless exploration opportunities. Balatro transforms poker into an addictive roguelike deck-building game where you modify cards and scoring rules to achieve massive point totals. You start with a standard poker deck, but quickly begin collecting joker cards that add special effects, planet cards that upgrade hand types, and tarot cards that modify individual playing cards. The core gameplay involves playing poker hands to score points, but the joker effects create wild combinations. You might have one that multiplies your score for each face card, another that adds chips for red cards, and a third that gives bonus multipliers. Each run consists of several blinds or rounds with increasing score requirements, forcing you to constantly improve your deck and strategy. The shop between blinds lets you buy new jokers, upgrade your deck, or purchase consumable items that provide temporary benefits. Boss blinds add special rules that restrict how you can play, creating puzzle-like challenges that require creative solutions. The art style is clean and colorful with satisfying visual effects when you score big hands. Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition, which delivers a sprawling, neon-soaked open-world RPG experience right in your hands. Players can explore the futuristic dystopia of Night City, undertaking a vast array of missions, side quests, and emergent activities, all while customizing their character and upgrading cybernetic abilities. This edition includes the acclaimed Phantom Liberty expansion, expanding the narrative and adding new districts, factions, and storylines that deepen immersion. On Switch 2, the game runs smoothly at 30 FPS with performance and quality modes, offering crisp visuals and fluid gameplay in both handheld and docked modes. Enhanced controls, including motion aiming, touchscreen support, and mouse input, make combat, driving, and exploration intuitive and engaging. With its rich world, branching narratives, and endless opportunities for experimentation, Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition keeps players engrossed for hours, rewarding curiosity and creativity in a constantly evolving futuristic playground. Raidou Remastered brings back this unique Shin Megami Tensei spin-off with enhanced graphics and quality-of-life improvements for modern players. You play as Raidou Kuzunoha, a detective who can summon and control demons to solve supernatural mysteries in 1930s Japan. The story follows Raidou investigating strange incidents involving people losing their souls while uncovering a larger conspiracy threatening the capital. Combat is real-time action where you fight alongside summoned demons, each with different elemental strengths and weaknesses that create strategic depth. The demon fusion system lets you combine demons to create more powerful allies with hundreds of possible combinations to discover and experiment with. Investigation segments have you exploring detailed recreations of historical Tokyo locations, interviewing witnesses, and gathering clues to solve each case. The remaster adds voice acting, improved visuals, and streamlined menu systems that make the demon management more accessible. Each demon has a unique personality and will react differently to your choices, creating attachment to your supernatural partner. Super Mario Party Jamboree brings the largest collection of minigames and boards in the series' history with both local and online multiplayer support. The classic board game format has players moving around themed boards, collecting stars, while competing in over 100 minigames that test everything from timing and reflexes to memory and strategy. New boards feature dynamic elements that change the layout mid-game, while returning favorites have been updated with fresh mechanics and visual improvement. The minigame variety is incredible. You might be racing go-karts one moment and solving puzzles the next, with games designed for 1v3, 2v2, and free-for-all competition. Jamboree mode supports up to 20 players online in massive party experiences with special large-scale minigames designed for bigger groups. Character-specific dice blocks return, giving each playable character unique movement options that add strategy to board navigation. The progression system unlocks new characters, boards, and customization options through continued play across different modes. Motion controls are optional, but add fun physical elements to certain minigames when playing with Joy-Con.
Yoshi! Toad! Toad! Yoshi! Toad! 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 Toad!
Stardew Valley puts you in charge of your grandfather's old farm in Pelican Town, where you escape corporate life to build a new existence, growing crops, raising animals, and forming relationships with the townspeople. The farming mechanics are deep and satisfying. You'll clear land, plant seasonal crops, upgrade your tools, and gradually transform the overgrown property into a thriving agricultural operation. Combat comes through exploring the mines, where you fight monsters, collect resources, and search for rare minerals needed for crafting and community center bundles. Each of the 12 townspeople has a detailed backstory revealed through heart events triggered by building friendship through gifts and conversation. The community center restoration serves as a long-term goal that requires completing bundles of specific items, encouraging you to try different aspects of farming, fishing, foraging, and mining. Seasonal festivals and events provide regular celebrations that bring the community together and offer unique rewards. The crafting system lets you create everything from preserve jars that increase crop value to sprinklers that automate watering. Celeste combines challenging platforming with a deeply personal story about overcoming anxiety and self-doubt, as Madeline attempts to climb the mysterious Celeste mountain. The platforming mechanics are simple: jump, dash, and climb, but the level design uses these basic moves to create increasingly complex challenges that require precision and creativity. Your dash recharges when you touch the ground or certain objects, creating a puzzle element where you must plan your route through each screen carefully. The story deals with mental health in a mature and sensitive way, using Madeline's physical journey up the mountain as a metaphor for her internal struggle with anxiety and depression. Assist options let players adjust game speed, give infinite stamina, or become invincible, making the game accessible regardless of skill level without compromising the intended experience. Each chapter introduces new mechanics like moving platforms, wind currents, or dream blocks that phase in and out of existence, keeping the gameplay fresh throughout. The soundtrack by Lena Raine is incredible, with each track perfectly matching the emotional tone and energy of its corresponding level.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe delivers the ultimate kart racing experience with 48 tracks, 42 characters, and the return of proper battle mode with dedicated arenas and multiple game types. The anti-gravity sections let you drive on walls and ceilings, completely changing how tracks are designed and creating spectacular visual moments. The item system maintains the series' perfect balance of skill and chaos with rubber band AI that keeps races close without feeling unfair. Smart steering and auto-accelerate options make the game accessible to young children and newcomers, while experienced players can turn them off for full control. The character roster includes everyone from Mario mainstays to unlikely additions like Isabelle from Animal Crossing, each with different weight classes that affect handling and speed. Vehicle customization lets you mix and match kart bodies, wheels, and gliders to create combinations that match your playstyle, whether you prefer acceleration, top speed, or handling. Time trial mode provides endless replayability as you chase staff ghosts and online records on every track. Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time expands the beloved life simulation RPG with time manipulation mechanics and a mysterious storyline about a girl who can steal moments from people's lives. You create a custom character and choose from multiple life classes like Paladin, Mage, Cook, or Blacksmith, each with unique abilities and storylines that interconnect with the main plot. The time-stealing mechanic lets you pause the world, rewind specific objects or NPCs, and even experience certain events from different temporal perspectives to solve puzzles. The story centers around investigating temporal anomalies while building relationships with townspeople whose memories and experiences are being mysteriously altered. Combat varies dramatically based on your chosen life. Warriors engage in real-time sword fighting, while mages cast spells with complex timing requirements. Crafting lives like Carpenter and Tailor let you create everything from furniture to clothing, with a deep progression system that unlocks new recipes and abilities. These games will absolutely consume your free time in the best way possible. Each one offers that perfect just 5 more minutes feeling that turns into hours of gameplay. Whether you're into challenging platformers like Celeste or relaxing life sims like Fantasy Life, there's something here that will hook you completely. What's your most addictive Switch game? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more Nintendo content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.